My God, I got mammograms every year. Why did they never see this? I couldn't believe I was already at stage 4, a de novo diagnosis.
Being diagnosed with breast cancer at 34 years old was already hard to believe, but to learn I had lobular breast cancer was even more of a shock. I'd never heard of it. Currently, there are no specific treatments for lobular breast cancer. We need more research to better understand this disease so we can improve detection, create targeted treatments, and ultimately find a cure.
I went in as stage 1, and when I came out of surgery, I was what I call WTF, but it was stage 3.
Invasive lobular carcinoma, ILC, also known as lobular breast cancer, comprises 15% of all breast cancer diagnoses. Despite this incidence, there has been a lack of attention paid to the disease and a lack of funding for scientific research. October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month worldwide. Declaring October 15th Global Lobular Breast Cancer Awareness Day will help raise worldwide awareness of this breast cancer type. Lobular breast cancer is extremely hard to detect on mammograms, especially in women with dense breast tissue, or elsewhere in the body if metastasized. Lobular breast cancer is often only diagnosed once tumors are larger than 2 centimeters, and sometimes already metastatic.
I've been living with metastatic lobular breast cancer for 7 years. I was surprised to find my type of breast cancer doesn't form a lump, so it's often missed by mammograms. In fact, my annual mammograms never found it. It was only discovered after it had spread to my bones and was no longer curable.
Lobular carcinomas, greater than 80% of them, harbor alterations affecting a gene called ecadherin, CDH1. It is the very loss of ecadherin that confers the so characteristic lack of cohesion of lobular carcinoma cells that produce the so characteristic histologic appearance that we see down the microscope.
I'm professional golfer Angela Stanford, and in 2009 my mom was diagnosed with invasive lobular carcinoma, a sneaky type of breast cancer that's hard to detect with standard imaging and can reoccur like it did with my mom in 2018. No one knows why this is, and it has to change. Learn how you can spread the word on this different type of breast cancer that needs more research.
Many scientific studies have confirmed that lobular breast cancer is a distinct breast cancer type and that it behaves differently from the more common non-lobular breast cancers. But for decades, there has been a paucity of research. So while quite different, lobular breast cancer is treated the same as other non-lobular tumors.
For the longest time, it was mostly ignored in research as well as in basic bench research as well as in clinical research. Research for ILC on ILC just requires funding. The more, the better.
The reason for me to believe, and firmly so, that research dedicated to lobular carcinoma needs to take place, it is because a one-size-fits-all does not work for patients with breast cancer. We have to be able to individualize the treatment for patients. And how can we do that if for the second most frequent type of breast cancer, we don't have many studies and a real paucity of clinical trials looking at lobular carcinoma specifically? So understanding the right context for us to tailor the treatment of patients with invasive lobular carcinoma is essential.
It is critical to raise awareness of the need for more research and ensure that those diagnosed with lobular breast cancer are aware of the information that does exist about their breast cancer type. That is why scientists and patients with lobular breast cancer around the world join together to share information about lobular breast cancer and declare October 15th Global Lobular Breast Cancer Awareness Day. Please help us shine a spotlight on the 15% of all breast cancers that lobular represents. Help us bring more attention, more research, and improved treatments to address this long overlooked breast cancer type.